Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Let's Talk Stamps. In this video, I am very excited to share with you this wonderful stamp album that my father got me for Father's Day. This is a Father's Day present. My folks came to visit my family not too long ago, and we stopped at our local stamp store, and my father really wanted to get me a stamp album or something, stamp related. And he knows I'm interested in Middle Eastern stamps, primarily Jordan, but he came across this international postage stamp album, Junior Edition. It's from 1935, so it's super old, but it's really interesting. It has loads of stamps from all over the world. And he said, I really want to buy this for you. I want this to be a Father's Day gift so you can continue, your philatelic journey and your stamp collecting hobby and passion. So, of course, I'm, just so grateful and really happy. This is one of the best Father's Day gifts I've ever had. This is something I've really never had before. This is a new album. I don't really have any albums like this. I normally focus on primarily Jordanian postage stamps, some other Middle Eastern stamps from Egypt and Syria, but I've never really just had a broad world stamp album or stamp collection. So I'm a little overwhelmed. I mean, I love this, and I want to share some of this with you, and maybe you can even help in the comment section explain or add insights into some of these things that I'm looking at. But again, this is from 1935, and you can see. And by the way, the book is quite heavy. I suppose that's normal, and the binding has some wear and tear, but that should come as little surprise given how old it is. It starts with a nice map of North America, and we also have South America and Central and Eastern Europe here. There's a map of Asia and Africa and Oceania. And it starts with the United States, and you can see that, a lot of this is blank. But what's really nice, what I really like about this is that in this album, it has the years and it also has the descriptions on some of them, but I really like it that it has the years and not just a placeholder for you to affix the stamp. But you can see here, like for example, in the United States, 1870 to 1871, printed by the National Banknote Company. So that's just really cool. And I suppose I will have to start finding some stamps to add into this album to, start filling up this stamp album. But I really love this, and I just want to show, what's so cool is that there are entities and territories in this album that are no longer in existence, or they've been, merged with newly created independent states. Some of these entities I've never even heard of before, but some really interesting old stamps in here. Here's Albania, which you can see from, it says 1930. And, some of this is sparsely populated, but others in this collection have more. Here's, for example, Austria, 1925 to 1927. These are some really nice stamps. And, as I'm looking in this collection, I've noticed that there is some marking from the previous owner. So like in this Austria page, for instance, it says A-55. Is that the Scott listing number? I'm not sure. There's also what appears to be the catalog value. For this particular stamp, there's 520. So I'm not sure if that's the catalog value of $5.20, but that's really nice that there is some extra information listed in here. Here's some more Austria. Newspaper stamps from 1922. Special delivery. I mean, this is really cool, and it's very exciting, and it's really fun. What a great gift just to look at all of the world stamps. Here's Barbados. These are beautiful. And again, you can see here, it looks like the previous owner wrote down some numbers. So I'm guessing that these would be the Scott catalog listing numbers. But, feel free to share in the comments if you know for certain. Here's Bavaria. This is really cool here. Here's some nice Bavarian stamps. So there's a lot of European, Belgian, East Africa. That's really nice. Postage due stamps, 1924. I mean, again, this is just so fascinating. It's so overwhelming because there's just so much here. Bosnia and Herzegovina. That's really nice. Here's some old Brazil stamps from 1906 to 1913. British Central Africa. I think there's one stamp here, one or two, and from the 19th century, the late 19th century. So again, these are quite old. British Honduras. That's fascinating. And here's some Canada. And what's nice at some of these pages, there are also some loose stamps that are left in the pages, and it looks like some of the catalog numbers and listings. Just really interesting. Here's some examples of, I guess, the former owner just left some more stamps in the middle of the pages because some of these are empty. Canada, China. I've never had any Chinese stamps before in my collection, so I'm really excited to expand and have more here. These are some really nice Chinese stamps from the 1920s and 30s. Beautiful. Czechoslovakia. Here's some old postage stamps from Czechoslovakia. These are really nice. Let's see, we have just so much here. Again, it's amazing, and I am delighted and overwhelmed at the same time just how much is in here and how much you can really learn about history and politics and culture. Here's some old Ecuadorian stamps right here. These are really nice, really pretty. Estonia in Eastern Europe from the 1920s. Here's some Finnish stamps. These are really beautiful. So I really have a lot of homework to do to investigate further, to learn more about the background and history of some of these stamps. Here's some old French stamps. These are really nice. Let's see what else we have. A lot of German stamps. Germany, 1921 to 1922, 1925. So that's really nice here. Here's some more German stamps, 1923, 24, 26, 27. I mean, this is just so cool. I am, just so excited to go through all this more carefully and closely just to see what all is in here. I'm just scanning for you right now. Here's some Greek stamps. What I have, just a little overview. Guatemala, more Central and Latin America, Honduras. Here's some Indian stamps. I don't really have any India stamps in my collection, so I am delighted to add to what I have. Some, let's see, Iraq. I was looking at what they have in the Middle East, and if we go back, well, that's Irish Free State. That's really cool here. One of the 5 self-governing dominions of the British Empire from 1922. Here's Iraq, and it begins in 1923, and it just has, I like the description, a kingdom in Asia, formerly Mesopotamia, a province of Turkey. So there are some old Iraqi stamps, which is really cool. Here's some Italian colonies here. Unfortunately, I don't see any in the catalog, but hey, that is a new task to look for, which I'm excited. Here's some old Italian stamps from the 1920s. And again, you can see some of the writing here. So I think they've included the catalog listing and value. Here's some Jamaica and Japan. Liberia in Africa from 1923. These are beautiful. Old Liechtenstein in Europe, Lithuania. Let me just look to, see what they have for Jordan. Now, given if this is from 1935, it's probably going to be listed as Transjordan with a T and not Jordan with a J. So let's see if there's any Transjordan, because that was the name of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan when it was first established in 1921. Some Sweden, Switzerland. Let's see. I mean, this is so cool. Syria, Arabian government, 1920. This is just so cool. Thrace. All right, we're getting closer to Transjordan. Let's see what we have. Transvaal, Trinidad and Tobago. I like that. Tripolitania, pre-Libya, Italian colony in North Africa. That's really cool. Unfortunately, that appears to be blank, but that is okay because I am up for the challenge. Here's Tunis, Tunisia, 19th century. Wow, that's quite old. Really cool here. Some old Tunisian stamps. Turkey from the Ottoman Empire. Now, I do have some Ottoman stamps from my dad previously, so I'm looking forward to organizing and see what we have here because that's really cool. That's looks like there are some really nice old Ottoman Turkish stamps from World War I period in this catalog. That's really cool. Let's see. It looks like I may have passed Transjordan in my excitement. So let me go back here before Trinidad. And look at that. I passed it. Unfortunately, Transjordan is blank, but it says Transjordania, a former territory of Turkey and Northern Arabia, following World War I, mandated to Great Britain, capital Amman. And it has some of the early Transjordanian stamps from 1920 and 1925, which were surcharges of Palestine. The first Transjordanian postage stamps to bear an image of its first ruler and founder, which was Emir Abdullah, is from 1927. I actually do have these in my collection, and here you can see are the series set for that, 1927. I also have some, but not the entire set, of one of the most famous Jordanian stamps in Jordanian philatelic history. These were from 1933, and they're a tourism set designed to promote foreign tourism to Transjordan. And they feature some of the most famous historical and cultural sites in Transjordan, the Roman ruins in Jerash, the treasury of Petra, as well as other, images. And it is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful postage set of Jordanian stamps. So that's a famous set from 1933. And wow, once again, this is just so cool. And I wanted to share this album with you because it was a Father's Day gift to me from my dad. And, my dad helped inspire me collect stamps. So I am trying to carry the torch, continue the mantle with him and carry on the hobby. And hopefully, as I'm developing my stamp collection, I want to keep this within the family. I want to pass it on to my children, and hopefully, they will continue the tradition, if you will, as well. So I just wanted to share this with you. I hope to all the fathers out there that you have a happy Father's Day. And if you like this video, please take a moment to hit that like and subscribe button. That is a great way to help, show your support and help this channel grow. And until next time, happy stamping.